Hello guys, welcome back. In this video we are going to talk about the tomb of Cleopatra. Who is new on this channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon to get latest video update. Let's start the video. It was evident to literary giants William Shakespeare, Antony and Cleopatra, and George Bernard Shaw, Caesar and Cleopatra, that Cleopatra's dramatic life and death bordered on fiction. She has been influencing numerous creatives for hundreds of years. She is regularly cited in film, plays and opera, and in recent years, she has been found in TV, advertising, and even video games. A recent discovery might bring us closer than ever to finding the final resting place of Queen Cleopatra, the last Egyptian pharaoh. But who was she, and did she write her own legacy? In 69 BC, Cleopatra VII Philopator was born in Alexandria, Egypt. She was the last Egyptian pharaoh to reign over the ancient Egyptian empire from 51 BC to 30 BC. After Ptolemy XII Auletes died, she had to marry her brother Ptolemy XIV. They ruled together for a period, but when he died, she became Egypt's sole pharaoh. Despite her Hellenic heritage, Cleopatra wanted to learn Egyptian, so she could directly address her people in order to convince them that she was the reincarnation of the ancient Egyptian goddess, Isis. During Cleopatra's relationship with Julius Caesar, she gave birth to Ptolemy Caesar 9 months after they first met. When Caesar was assassinated in 44 BC, she had an affair with a Roman politician, Mark Antony, who had 3 children with her. Cleopatra supported Mark Antony's opposition to Caesar's legal heir Gaius Octavius leading the Romans. This ultimately led to the Battle of Actium, where Antony killed himself after losing to Augustus' troops. Consequently, Cleopatra, who allegedly bathed in donkey milk to preserve her beauty, killed herself at the age of 39 by consuming a poisonous snake. Emperor Augustus then declared Egypt a Roman province, and the rest, as they say, is history. After Cleopatra died, what happened to her? It is believed that Emperor Augustus agreed for Cleopatra to be buried alongside her lover, Mark Antony, and their 3 children spared and raised as citizens of Rome, which tells us something about her perception by her enemies as well. Also, based on her status as a pharaoh, Cleopatra and her lover were mummified, which involves drying out the human remains to prevent rotting. This process of desiccation was achieved by generously using natron, a salt-like substance with excellent hygroscopic properties. The cadaver's exterior remained undamaged while the majority of internal organs such as the brain were taken out through the nostrils to avoid disfigurement. Moreover, a hole was delicately cut in the side of the body for removal of organs, with the exception of the heart, a vital organ believed to be essential for the afterlife. This laborious embalmment procedure could last up to 70 days. Organs were either preserved externally and buried with the corpse or placed in canopic jars and buried with it. The body was then wrapped in linen and placed in a tomb along with worldly possessions and sealed. What is the location of Cleopatra's tomb? Cleopatra's tomb's location is a bit more controversial. Zahi Hawass, Egyptologist and former Minister of State for Antiquities Affairs, initially believed it was beneath the Taposiris Magna temple, better known as the Great Tomb of Osiris, just outside ancient Egypt's capital, Alexandria. In 2019, further evidence in favor of Hawass' hypothesis was revealed by the finding of mummies, Isis figurines and coins depicting Cleopatra and Antony close to one another. This discovery was made by Dr. Kathleen Martínez, Egyptologist and Minister Counselor in charge of cultural affairs at the Dominican Embassy in Egypt. Nevertheless, Hawass unexpectedly backtracked by declaring that Egyptians used temples for worship rather than as tombs. What is the latest on the tomb's location? Kathleen Martínez declared the discovery of a 6 feet high tunnel located around 43 feet beneath the Great Tomb of Osiris. It traversed for nearly a mile, and she suggested it could be the entrance to Cleopatra's tomb. However, its dimensions resemble those of Tunnel of Eupalinos, a Greek aqueduct from 6th century BC. Additionally, part of this tunnel was submerged beneath the Mediterranean Sea. In spite of that fact, some small finds might point to Cleopatra's resting place. Nevertheless, further research is needed. Cleopatra wanted her tomb to be found, didn't she? Dr. Martínez attests to the incredible intelligence of Cleopatra. Not only was she multilingual and well-learned in politics and mathematics, but she also had the foresight to ensure that her remains, alongside those of Mark Antony, were kept from Roman descendants for eternity. Her desire was clear. In life she wanted to be remembered as a beautiful goddess, and for all eternity her intention was for her tomb to remain hidden from sight. This has been the case for many centuries, despite our endless fascination with this great ruler. Even today, as we write these words, Cleopatra's tomb remains securely out of sight. Please comment below the topic you want to add in this list.